So I was surfing the internet the other day and I was like, I'm gonna go on Ableton, see if there's anything new, whatever. And I saw this and I was like, holy crap. Live 10.1. And I was like, cool. The first major update, so to speak, to Live. There isn't a set date at this point in time, but there are some things that are pretty cool. Now, one of the big ones that they obviously say in the title is the waves tables. From my understanding, basically what they're being able to do is you'll be able to import your own wave tables and any sample straight into it. So I have yet to play with it to see exactly what that would mean for people, but I might jump on that and maybe do a tutorial on it and how it works. But the fact that you can use your own, like, any sample into the device is something that I really like. It opens up a lot of flexibility to it. So if it was previously you could only use the set samples, that's great and all, but if you can use any sample, that usually really heightens the amount of control that you can have with it. So the other thing that they added is this channel EQ, and for those of you that have used Live before, they've always had the 3 EQ, but the cool thing about this one is it does actually have a frequency response there for you, where the other one didn't, which can be quite useful, especially if you're just using it, if for a quick thing. It can be useful for those that may not have an understanding of, what that particular frequency is that they don't want. And so it gives you a nice visual representation to go along with it, which is really great. There's 3 things that I'm most excited for, and one of those is this delay. So the delay that they have is basically split into 2 functions, as it says here. So there's a simple delay, and then there's the ping pong delay, which are effects built into Ableton Live. And this new upgrade combines both of those elements into one for a start, and then adds a couple of things as well, such as the fade in and pitch controls, which are very, very, very wanted. In terms of the jump, I don't actually know exactly what they mean by that. Maybe they're talking about in terms of jumping left to right, in terms of the ping pong and how that works. Maybe it jumps around a little bit more, bit of randomization or something, I'm not sure. Then the second thing is this automation, and I'll show you this GIF that they've got here pretty much summarizes what they did in the video. So put simply, you're able to draw out curves for a start, as you've always been able to, but now it'll actually recognize those curves and place them in. So if I jump into Ableton here, I'll show you. So let's just create, I don't know, something random here. We'll go there. We'll drag this guy out. And then, so in Ableton 10, you then have to enable the automation mode, which I've just done then by clicking the button up here. You can also just tap A as well. And I'm just going to chuck a plugin on this. Let's just go, I don't know. That'll do. It doesn't really matter what it is. I just need something. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to chuck this on top. And then I'll show you how it does it now as opposed to how it will do it. So I'm just going to load up anything here. It doesn't matter what it is. And there we go. Boom, boom. So if you go into draw something now, the basic way of how it works is it'll pinpoint the points exactly like that. There's no need to it or anything like that. It's not smooth at all. You can see there's quite a lot of gaps. And so what would happen in Ableton 10 is this would actually round this out with C and S curves. So what that would mean is this would become smoother in terms of how it jumps, which is very, very good. If you're doing things like, maybe volume or panning or something like that, really big jumps in that are so noticeable. And so being able to quickly go through and just draw something and have it automatically smooth it out is extremely useful. The other thing as well that it's going to do is, if you see here, sorry, let me just disable that. If you see here, if I right click, I can clear the envelope, that kind of stuff, but there's nothing to really create a quick envelope. I still have to go in and touch it around, which is annoying as hell, right? So in the new update, they've also incorporated that as well. So at the start of this GIF, you would have seen, here we go here, you can insert a shape straight away, copy and paste it. You can see how quick that is and how easy that is. You don't need to draw anything. So another thing that's going to change in terms of automation, which is extremely valuable as well, is currently in what Live, you can add points, you can drag them all around, but you can't actually add in your own value or anything like that. You can't add in any kind of numeric value. You just kind of have to go, I'm going to drag it down, hold shift maybe to get nice and precise, but that's about it. That's all you can do. Whereas in the new mode of Ableton, in the new one that will be coming out, you can manually enter in those values so that you can set it to exactly what you want, like, just like you can on the side here. Which is extremely good as well. Like, the combination between the quick setups and the ability to move things around in the clip view as well, just like they were doing in that video, as well as the fact that you can make those detailed adjustments as you please without needing to do that. If you like I prefer an EQs and stuff like that, entering it in manually, and when you get to the automation phase, you can't do that. And with Ableton 10.1, you're going to be able to. So that's extremely useful as well. The other thing is mainly targeted towards Mac users, and it's the ability to zoom in and out using the touchpad, as well as general improvements to how you can basically get in and see the details that you want to see when you have access to a touchpad or some kind of laptop or some kind of touch surface. So apparently they've improved on that. One thing in terms of this, like, that doesn't really affect me. I do use my Mac, but I don't use Ableton on it, so it's not a real use to me. But one thing that definitely is up in the top. So you'll see up here, I might actually change my color scheme to the default so you can get an understanding of what I'm talking about, because mine's a little bit dull at the moment. Quick little tip. The reason why it's dull like this and not really nice looking is because the lighter it is, the more it relies on my eyes than my ears. And so I prefer to turn it down, have it something very dull. That way I'm listening more than I'm seeing. So if we set it to the default value here, you can see at the top that there is this lovely line. And I've just changed the color there so you can see it. You'll see up here, and it enables me, what it basically is the ability to see all the clips that you've got going on inside of Ableton in a clip view that basically summarizes the whole song, so you can zoom in and out of particular areas. They're actually making it so you can make this larger and smaller, which is so good, because I find that the way it is at the moment is just too small, and I can't see exactly what I'm supposed to be looking at. So you'll be able to do exactly what they do in this video right at the end, which is drag it straight out, and look how easy that is. Like, when they expand it, it's so easy to view. Like, I can see exactly what's going on in the song, and that's what you want. So you could be zoomed in to a particular point, but see the overall layout of where you are looking at specifically. And that is so useful. That's one of the things that I've always found troublesome in not just Live, a couple of programs do it, where, you want to view something on a micro scale, but you may need to see how that affects the macro side of things. And quite a few of them don't really have a way you can do that without zooming in and out, zooming in and out, zooming in and out. But whereas this is going to enable you to be able to see, if I move, I've got the chorus here, putting it here, you can see the overall layout of where things are quickly and easy. So when you zoom in to one point, you change it, but you need to change it in the other chorus too. You can go, yep, the chorus is right there, click it, boom, you're there. Very, very useful. And then there's a couple of things. Now, there's one here that a lot of people are going to get excited for. Track freezing with sidechains is something you haven't been able to do, so that's a welcome feature. Exporting return and master effects as well, so that if you need to send it away to be mixed or something like that, or you're sending it away, you've done a mix, maybe someone's touching something up, and that way you can send it to them and they can adjust the levels of those return channels and things like that. But the one I really want to talk about is the VST3 support. I can't tell you how long it's been that people have wanted VST3 support in Live, and it was actually not too long ago when I was installing some of my plugins, I was like, is this part of Ableton 10? and it wasn't, and I was quite surprised. So this is a very welcome introduction to a lot of people. Alright, so that's pretty much it in terms of Ableton Live 10.1. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do a lot of tutorial videos, vlogs, things like that in relation to my music, but also to grow a community that I use through my website, which is www.bonamusic.com. And there is a blog section on there as well, where I discuss what we talked about in the videos and expand upon it. Alrighty, so I hope you guys have a great afternoon. Take care.